growing up that you expect from me now? How could you? Oh, Mother. Mother. Gwen. Gwen, come quickly.
Don't be so worried. She's fine.
How can you be so sure?
Suffice to say, it isn't the first time she's employed that trick. She does it if the situation gets beyond her.
You mean she was pretending to faint?
Oh, no. She merely withdrew from the situation. Don't be so worried. She's sitting up in bed complaining as well as ever.
Gwen, you're amazing. I don't know how you do it.
Well, now, will you be staying for dinner?
Thank you. No, I have to get back. I have a prior engagement.
You must lead a very busy life.
I thought so, too. Until today.
Come in.
Smith and her cronies claim they formed a needs committee. You can imagine what they think they need.
How many of them are there?
4, but Smith's the leader. Do you want to see them?
Yeah, all right, send them in.
Inside. We wanted to see Mrs. Davidson.
Well, Mrs. Davidson's not here, so you're going to have to deal with me, aren't you?
Well, she suggested we form a needs committee, remember? Well, our big complaint is the confiscation of our tapes and our recorders. We want them back.
The tape recorders are a security risk.
What do you mean?
Well, since Gaffney has claimed to have a blackmail tape, we've realised the danger to the staff.
Well, there wouldn't be any danger if the screws didn't let themselves get into a blackmail situation.
That's the reason the tapes were confiscated, Smith. I'm not going to argue with you, and that's the reason why they're not going back. Now, have you got any other complaints?
I don't think there's anything you can do for us. Oh, by the way, Vera, any time you want us to blackmail you, just let me know. For you, I'll make a special rate.
You've had your little committee, Smith. Don't let it go to your head.
Oh, how did it go? Did you get the tapes back?
No, bloody high mighty Fletcher's sitting in the governor's chair, isn't he?
Wouldn't he listen?
No, I knew this needs committee thing wasn't going to work.
Well, what are we going to do?
Oh, don't you worry. There are other ways. A little less honest. But at least they work.
It always seems odd to go back home. So much of my childhood stares back at me there.
Sounds like a wonderful property.
Oh, it is, and the house itself is beautiful. But I can't see things objectively anymore. And I'm so annoyed with Mother fainting like that.
Yes, well, I can understand why you drew that parallel with Lizzie.
Mother hated it. You know, I always feel so guilty when I go back home.
Oh, why?
Well, I have neglected her a little, but honestly, I just don't have the time. And I find it impossible to cope with Mother's tantrums.
Well, my parents retired up to Lismore. Oh, they write often enough, but well, we never get much of a chance to see each other.
I wish my situation were as simple. I don't know, when I went back there today, I felt as though I'd run away, I suppose. And I do find it difficult to cope with Mother when she's on her own.
Well, what about your brother?
Oh, James gets on much better with her than I do. But then, of course, he's given her grandchildren. You know, that's given me an idea. May I use your phone?
Yes,
of course.
I'm going to ring James and see if we can go up there together.
Hello? I've been waiting for you.
You should be asleep.
I just thought we could have a little chat.
What's on your mind?
I got a present for you.
What's this?
Oh, thought you'd be pleased to see it. Don't you recognize it?
Why should I?
Oh, come on. You know what it is, and so do I. I'll take that. It'll be cleaned first. I don't want to incriminate myself, now do I?
What do you want?
Nothing. I just thought this little baby should go back where it belongs.
Uh-huh. And what's the catch?
There isn't one. I don't want to see you get clobbered because of Margot. You're fairly decent. Better than some I can think of.
Well, thanks. I must admit I haven't had too many peaceful nights. Thanks a lot.
If you do want to show your gratitude, you could get the recorders and tapes back for the women.
Well, I can't promise anything, but I'll see what I can do.
You do that.
Good night.
Good night. You're not off the hook yet, Terry, my man.
Good morning.
Oh, morning. Oh, they're nice. They're from your mother's.
Can't grow flowers like this in the city. Was it quiet yesterday?
Oh, yes, nothing major. I ordered a cell search, had the tapes and tape recorders confiscated, but apart from that, nothing else.
What on earth prompted that?
Well, I considered the danger to the staff was too great. It's too easy for the women to set us up. If Gaffney can do it, then so can the others.
Not if the staff are careful. I want all the equipment returned at once, including the tapes.
But we haven't had them checked yet.
I hardly think they will have allowed you to confiscate the tape. That is, if it exists.
Mrs. Davidson, if the staff are ordered to take back the tape recorders, it'll look as if we're backing down.
I don't think so. Mr. Fletcher, I want the prisoners to feel they can be trusted, and this kind of action doesn't help us or them.
All right, if that's what you want.
I do. Oh, by the way, I'm going out to my mother's again later this morning. You are rostered for duty, aren't you?
Well, I had nothing planned.
Good. And I want to see Mr. Harrison as soon as possible.
Bryant. Stokes.
Well, well, look at this. Hey, didn't you like my Sex Pistols tape?
Well, so much for the needs committee. Looks like all you need around here to get results is a little corruption.
Wonder why they gave them back.
I had a little chat with Terry Harrison last night.
As far as I am concerned, all staff, not just senior officers, should avoid any situation where prisoners could attempt to blackmail them. The responsibility lies with you.
Mrs. Davison, there's no proof that I brought anything in for Gaffney, and as for her claims about a tape, that hasn't been proved either.
I'm sorry to have to say this, but I do not believe you. Our work is too important, Mr. Harrison. There is no room for corruption, and I will not tolerate any officer becoming involved with an inmate. If I should ever find any evidence to suggest that any officer is involved in any illegal contact with a prisoner, I shall dismiss him or her immediately. Erica Davidson? Yes? Would you ask him to wait at the gate, please? I shan't be very long. Thank you. I trust I make myself clear.
Yes, Mrs. Davison.
Very well, you may go.
The tapes and tape recordings have been given back, Mrs. Davison.
Good. My brother is waiting for me. I shall be back later this afternoon. And I do not want any repetition of yesterday's action.
Was there any reason why you wanted to come out today?
Everything went so wrong yesterday. There were things I really wanted to say to her, but somehow it was just so hard to talk to her.
Yes, I know what you mean. She's not the easiest person to talk to. Not like the old man.
Oh, no, he could really talk and listen. You know, I often think of Nanny as being more of a mother to me, especially when I was little.
That's funny, so do I. Good old stick, old Nanny.
Do you think Mother and Father really loved each other?
I always assumed they did. It's not something I ever questioned.
I wonder whether they spent all that time together just tolerating each other. Makes me sad to think about it. All that time.
You know, it's odd. Here we are, well into our adulthood, and still hung up on our childhood.
Hi, like another coffee?
Oh, Terry, no, just what happened?
Boy, am I looking forward to this.
Look, don't worry about that.
Now,
What
let's see. White with one for the lady, or is it two? And one...
Look, stop it, Terry. I've been waiting to hear what happened.
I'm sorry, love.
Look, what took you so long? What did Mrs. Davidson say?
Oh, she gave me 20 lashes for being a naughty boy and threatened me with a sack. That's all.
Well, do you think she will sack you?
No, I don't think so. She's just laying down the law, that's all, which is fair enough.